Hey, it's Jared again. The time for another manga update. This time for August, I believe. Yeah, August. So, a lot of volumes this month. Let's see, first we have Naruto 71. This pretty much concludes the final battle, and only one volume left, and then they're all released. I do wonder if they're gonna release English volume of the sequel, the one about Naruto's kid or whatever. That'd be cool, just to close off the series. Next is Tokyo Ghoul Volume 2. I'm really liking it so far. I can't say I love this series yet, but it's only the second volume, so I can't really make a decision yet. Um, the first volume was all about the guy finding out that he's a ghoul and trying to cope with it. And then this volume is all about him learning about the world of ghouls and like trying to fit in. And it's okay so far. What I really like though is that I like the way it's going. Like I could see the potential, and it's I can't complain so far, and I can't wait to see what happens next. And I can see it turning into a series I really love. So yeah, really good so far. Next is Fairy Tale Blue Mistral number 1. Now this is a spin-off of Fairy Tale, and it's all about Wendy, and it's a shoujo manga, so it's really cutesy art, nothing too like violent or graphic, and it's cute. I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it. I wasn't bored or anything. And apparently it is official canon because it's written by the guy who makes Fairy Tale. He didn't draw it, which is understandable because it would be hard to try to do two series at the same time. So he had someone else draw it, but yeah, it was okay. I'll pick up the next volume. It's not special or anything like that. I wouldn't get this volume if you're not a big Fairy Tale fan. If you're just like, oh, Fairy Tale's okay, then I wouldn't even bother to get this. But I enjoyed it. Next is Attack on Titan Before the Fall, Volume 5. Now, this volume was really cool. I'm still enjoying the artwork. I really like it, even more than the main series, as I've said before. But this volume's just all about them building the device that lets them zip around. I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, it explains where it came from, and it also explains the metal used in making the swords. And yeah, it's really interesting, and I really want to see where it goes from here. And yeah, it's a great series. If you like Attack on Titan, then I highly recommend getting this one. So. Next is Ultraman Volume 1. Now, I got this because I'm a big fan of kaiju movies like Godzilla and Gamera and stuff like that, and Ultraman was a series where a guy would turn giant and fight kaijus and stuff. Kind of like Power Rangers, only if there was just one Power Ranger or something. But yeah, so I got this, and it was really cool. It takes place after the old series from like the 70s or whatever, about Ultraman is like an old man now, and he kind of doesn't fight anymore. And this is all about his son taking over. And it's really cool. I like the suit a lot in this. The 70s suit was really kind of cheesy looking and dorky. And in this one, it like revamps it. Kind of like how Iron Man looked kind of dorky in the 70s, but now he looks really awesome. So kind of like that. And yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I'm going to pick up the next volume. And what's really cool is the creators of this manga are huge Ultraman fans, so it's not like it was just passed down to someone who doesn't really know it. So that's always cool when a huge fan writes it, because then they're gonna put effort into it. Next is Ajin Volume 6. Still really liking this series a lot. In this volume, the main characters team up with some enemies to fight their enemy, the whole my enemy is my friend or whatever. And it's really good, and you get a backstory of one of the characters who I was curious about. And yeah, it's setting up for a big battle with the enemy, and I can't wait to continue reading it. And I really like these volumes because the pages, like the paper, is this really nice quality paper. So even though the volumes are small, they still try to give you some high quality to it, which is nice. Next is Assassination Classroom Volume 5. I'm loving this series. I think it's hilarious. It's one of my favorites that I started reading this year. And I just continue enjoying the stories of this alien teacher and the students. And in this volume, it just shows how far the students are advancing and learning their assassination skills and everything. And I really love this cover because it's one of my favorite expressions the teacher does. I always think that's a hilarious expression. But yeah, I really enjoy this series a lot, and I highly recommend it. Next is Magi, Volume 13. In this volume, the group decides that they need training because the enemy is way too strong, so they're going off to unknown lands to try to learn how to be stronger and everything like that. And it's still a great series. I'm really loving it. I love the whole world and this Middle Eastern, like, I don't know, way of storytelling, and I really like the concept of Aladdin and Alibaba and everything like that. I think it's very different for a manga. And yeah, now I just wish that there was a manga about the Old West or something like that. You know, stories where you don't see every day in manga, like space. There's like a million anime and mangas about space. That's kind of overdone. I'd like to see something more different. Next is Toriko, Volume 29. This volume concludes the big chef battle and everything like that, and starts a brand new arc where they go into the gourmet world, like the unknown place. And yeah, so I'm guessing the rest of the series is just going to take place there. And the creator said it's like the halfway point. So yeah, hopefully he continues it and it has a good conclusion. I can't wait to see Toriko's adventures in the new part of the world. So, exciting stuff. Next is Attack on Titan Volume 16, and it's a special edition. The special edition comes with this really cool slipcover with artwork done by the guy who draws The Walking Dead. Kind of a random choice, but whatever, I think it's pretty cool. And here's the normal version cover. So yeah, with the special edition you get this slipcover and a deck of cards with Attack on Titan theme to it. But the slip-on cover is really cool. I really like this picture, so I'm glad I got it. And the deck of cards are pretty cool too. So, and I really like this volume because it goes more into the history of the Titans and it reveals a lot more information and it moves the story forward a lot more, which has been the only problem with me with Attack on Titan. Sometimes I kind of find it a little boring at points, but now, like this volume, it's like, oh, things are really happening now, and yeah, it's getting pretty good. Alright, next is Oremo Kuroneko Volume 2. Yeah, this is continuing the story of Oremo, which I'm glad because the manga kind of just stopped after 5 volumes and didn't really have a conclusion. And this story continues it. And the main character is Kuroneko, who I always really liked more than the sister. I always thought the sister was kind of a little annoying. But it's cute and enjoyable. You know, nothing too special. If you like the anime a lot, then you should read the manga because it does a great job. And yeah, it's good. I wouldn't buy it if this kind of thing isn't your thing, you know. So, but if you like these kind of stories, then I would recommend getting it. Next is One Piece, Volume 75, continuing the Dressrosa arc of One Piece. Not much to say. I love One Piece, and I love the stories, and yeah, just a good volume. And I kind of wish they still kept the arcs of the stories at the top. Like, you know, each new arc, they change it to say something else. But ever since they went into the new world, it's just always been new worlds. I don't know, maybe they just got tired of doing that. But I kind of wish they kept that. But anyways, yeah, a great volume, and got 75 volumes. I kind of wonder how long it's going to go for. I'm sure it'll reach 100. I'm pretty sure it's going to reach 100. Next is Cage of Eden, Volume 18. It's nearing the end of the story. I can't remember how many volumes it is, but it's nearing the end. And I love this series. You know, Stranded on a Strange Island reminds me of one of my favorite shows, Lost. And yeah, great manga. It's just sad that it wasn't more popular in Japan because it got canceled. luckily the creator was able to like make an ending. It wasn't just suddenly stopped. So there is an ending. It just feels a little rushed, you know. I mean, you can tell he's had the ending planned from the beginning, so it doesn't feel like it's out of left field. But at the same time, like it's revealed just a little too fast. But it's still a great manga, and I still recommend getting it. It's really enjoyable. Next is Dead Man Wonderland Volume 10. Like usual, as I always say, I haven't started this series yet. I want to get them all before I start it, because I've always heard of Dead Man Wonderland, heard great things about it, and it's a very short series, like 13 volumes or something like that, so I just figured I'll just wait till it's done. So this is volume 10. I'm almost done with collecting the series, and then I can finally read it. So can't wait for that. Next is Gantz, volume 36, one of my favorite series. Second to last volume. This pretty much reveals all the secrets and everything like that, and it starts the beginning of the final battle, which isn't the war. The war is over. This is pretty much just a one-on-one fight to decide the fate of the Earth, which is really cool. And yeah, once the final volume comes out, I'm gonna go back and reread the whole series. I've been putting off rereading it because I just want them all and just to read it all in a row. So yeah, great series. If you haven't started collecting it, I highly recommend getting it now, you know, especially since it's almost done being released. So yeah, Gantz. And last is Monster Musume, Volume 7. Still hilarious. I still enjoy it a lot. Not much of a harem fan because they all seem the same, but like I've said before, I think this one's different, and I enjoy it a lot. I'm not going to watch the anime just because, I don't know, animes don't really interest me unless it's either original or I love the manga so much that I want to see the anime. Well, I don't love this manga. I still think it's great. And I normally don't like anime versions of ecchi mangas because they like to add in sound effects and extra nudity, which is just kind of distracting. Which is why I never watched the High School of the Dead anime, because it's just a little too over the top while the manga is okay. But yeah, I still think this series is funny. This girl right here is another addition to the girls living in the house with the guy. And while I like new characters, I kind of wonder like how many are they going to introduce, because this guy's house isn't that big, and too many characters might be too hard to jumble, and you know they might not all get enough screen time, as you would say. And yeah, so I hope they don't keep introducing more and more and then it just becomes a jumbled mess. That would suck. But so far it's still good, and yeah, great series, I think. And that's it for this month. I know I don't update these videos enough. I record them all and then I just hold off on posting them because it takes so long for my videos to upload, like hours, and I can't use the internet while they're uploading or else it'll slow down even more. So yeah, I've got like 4 videos right now just ready to be uploaded and I still haven't done it, so I really need to, or else I'm just gonna be backed up with all these videos. But I'll try and post this as soon as possible. So thank you.